All right, everybody. It is here. We have our 53-man roster. It has been announced by the Seahawks. We are just a little bit past the deadline, and we got the official release of all of our decisions shortly after, which is kind of unusual for this team. We usually take our time with the official announcement, but not this time. We pretty much knew what was going to happen immediately when we got to the deadline. So I don't know what that means. I guess it means something, but probably not a big something, right? Regardless, we know which players we have let go. We know which players we have kept. We know which players we have, in a couple of cases, stashed on the injury list, if you will, who are going to be part of this team, but not on the 53-man going forward. So let's take a look here. So we're going to go through the cuts first. Some of these are notable and significant, but a lot of them are obvious. So first, before we start breaking it down and talking about things like the practice squad, let's just blow through the full list of players that were let go today, or I guess in a couple cases it was announced yesterday. So we have one guy we released. There's a slight difference in terminology between a releasing a player and waiving a player. It depends on, I believe, how much experience you have in the NFL. Justin Coleman, cornerback, has been released, and all these guys got waived. Let's go through the list here. Wide receiver J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, safety Marquise Blair, linebacker Joel Dublanco, quarterback Jacob Eason, tackle Greg Island, wide receiver Aaron Fuller, defensive tackle Gerard Hewitt, wide receiver Cade Johnson, linebacker Vi Jones, wide receiver Kevin Cassis, tight end Tyler Mabry, wide receiver Bo Melton, linebacker Tanner Muse, safety Scott Nelson, tackle Liam Ryan, center Dakota Shepley, wide receiver Freddie Swain, running back Darwin Thompson, linebacker Lakiem Williams, safety Deontay Williams. So those guys, not going to see them around no more, at least for the moment. We'll get to the practice squad in a little bit here. Some of these guys are definitely going to show up there. Now, we also put on the waived/injured list running back Josh Johnson. So, don't know if he's going to be part of this team going forward. There's obviously some injury going on there that I wasn't personally aware of because he didn't play in the preseason at all, I don't believe. So, clearly there was something going on there that we weren't really made privy to. But he might be part of this team in the future, he might not be. And we have placed on injured reserve, and I thought this might happen yesterday, or, well, when I made that video the other day, linebacker Tyreek Smith. So he stays with the team, but he's injured. So that gets us down to 53, and as you can see, I got some stuff right, and I got some stuff wrong. I just to take a look at some of the notable ones here, I did think that Justin Coleman was going to make the team just barely sneak in because of the Trey Brown injury, but that couldn't even save him. And, of course, I got no problem with it. Justin Coleman, he didn't have a good preseason and looks cooked, so he certainly didn't deserve to make the team. I thought he might anyway, but no, couldn't happen. Marquise Blair is a big one. That's a former second-round pick who has played fairly well in moments, but overall he struggled with tackling, struggled with not committing spearing penalties, so it's not surprising. Vi Jones, I think, is going to surprise some people because he had a pretty productive preseason, looked pretty good, and that's a position of the team where we're a little bit needy, so I'm a little surprised he didn't make it. But we've decided to go in a different direction. And there are some interesting linebacker candidates out on the open market right now because of other cuts that other teams have made. Guys like Jarrad Davis. So we'll see. Maybe we got something up our sleeve there. That's possible. Bo Melton did not make the team either. I kind of expected that. Obviously, really hoping he slips through to the practice squad. But there were drops. And there was apparently a need for retaining Penny Hart, which, I don't totally agree with that, but there is some special teams value there. I kind of get it, even though I don't necessarily love it. Tanner Muse, I thought maybe that Cowboys game was going to get him a spot on the 53, but no. We're just kind of going to be thin at the inside linebacker spot this year. It is what it is. Freddie Swain, that's a big one. A lot of people have been talking about this one lately. Is he going to make it? Is he not going to make it? A lot of people wanted to be set free from Freddie Swain, and we're free. He is off the team. He is, I imagine, going to get picked up by somebody because he's got some numbers. I think he had 25 catches last year, and he made some big plays. And generally speaking, he's not a very good receiver. He lives off of the busted plays. He lives off of the busted coverages. He's not a good route runner. He has bad hands. He has the alligator arms. He leaves so much to be desired, but he does have some skins on the wall. And I'm personally happy that he's gone. I didn't see a future with him on this team. I was more excited about some of the young guys, but certainly notable. And Tyreek Smith, that one's also notable because I think a lot of people expected that he might get thrown on the IR. So that frees up a roster spot that we used on Guess Who. Yeah, that's right. Onu Giobu rode a very impressive last preseason game to a roster spot. So good for him. And by the way, while we're here, let's take a look at our final 53-man roster, or at least the initial final 53-man roster. 2 quarterbacks, Geno Smith, Drew Lock. Running backs, Rashad Penny, DJ Dallas, Travis Homer, Kenneth Walker III. Not yet put on the PUP yet, by the way, so he may yet play early in the season. 6 receivers, which is one more than I thought we'd carry. Lockett, Metcalf, Eskridge, Goodwin, Hart, Young. Kind of what I expected, just plus Penny Hart. I would have preferred somebody like a Bo Melton or Cade Johnson, but Penny Hart adds special teams value. That cannot be denied. Tight ends, exactly what you expect. Disley, Fant, Parkinson. Offensive line, the 9 that I expected. Cross, Lucas at tackle. Curhan and Forsyth backing him up. Gabe and Damian Lewis starting at guard. Phil Haynes backing them up for the moment. We'll see if that changes. And then Austin Blythe in the middle with Kyle Fuller backing him up. A little bit of flexibility in there as well. Curhan's played guard well this preseason. Fuller can play a little bit of right tackle in a pinch. So I'm used to us carrying 10 offensive linemen. Obviously not going to happen right now. Although if you want to pick up another guard, there's a certain Alex Leatherwood out there who I think could benefit greatly from a move to the inside. Just a thought. Defensive line, we're carrying one more than I thought because we couldn't quite get rid of them. Poona Ford, Al Woods, Brian Monet, Miles Adams did indeed make the team. Quentin Jefferson, Shelby Harris, and lingering like a stale fart is LJ Collier. Can't get rid of him, man. You cannot get rid of him. He's still here. So I don't know if he's going to play. I don't know if he's going to make the final roster. He might be the first guy on the chopping block if we can pick up a UDFA or somebody else's cut that we like. But for the moment, he's still here. Linebacker, we have Jordan Brooks and Cody Barton, of course, starting on the inside. You've got Darrell Taylor and Nwosu starting on the outside. We've got Nick Bellore backing up the inside linebackers, so he's, as of right now, the first guy off the bench at inside linebacker, which is dicey. Boye Mafe, Alton Robinson, and Joshua Onu-Giogu backing up on the outside. So good for Onu-Giogu. He had a good final preseason game, and he turns that into a roster spot thanks to Tyreek Smith being injured. So pretty cool. Cornerback, Kobe Bryant, Artie Burns, Sidney Jones, Michael Jackson, Tariq Woolen, and a little bit of a surprise here, but a welcome one, John Reed. Guy who played pretty decently last year, I thought. Played okay. We traded for him. We like him. I don't know if we're going to play him inside or outside, but looking at him, he looks like a nickel, but he did play some outside last year. So there's some definitely intriguing stuff going on here at this cornerback spot. Safety, Quandre Diggs, Jamal Adams, Josh Jones, Ryan Neal, and a surprise, Joey Blunt. So we're carrying 5 safeties. Joey Blunt is going to be the young, unproven, but potential laden safety we keep. And no problem with that. There were a couple guys that we picked up in UDFA that I would have liked, and Joey Blunt was one of them, so no issues there. And, of course, your special team specialists, Dixon, Myers, and Ott. So I got some stuff right, I got some stuff wrong, as we all do. And now we have a little bit of time to figure out what we're going to do on the practice squad. I look for Eason to definitely make the practice squad. Greg Island probably does as well. Cade Johnson, really hoping we can get him back. Honestly, I still want Aaron Fuller. Vi Jones would be great. Kevin Cassis. Mabry seems like a kind of a permanent part of our practice squad, so probably bringing him back. Hoping Bo Melton falls through. Also hoping the same for Tanner Muse and Scott Nelson. Dakota Shepley, very likely. Darwin Thompson would be nice because Josh Johnson's out. Probably one or two more on this list. Like maybe Arcega-Whiteside is there for us to put on our practice squad. But other than that, if there are any other remaining open spots, we might give one to somebody we pick up off the UDFA heap. There's still Aaron Donkor, obviously. We could go ahead and give him the spot that he's going to get by default because he's an NFL Europe prospect. So, pretty decent selection of potential practice squatters from this list. Maybe Dublanco, honestly, because he doesn't have great NFL prospects right now, but as a special teamer, he's at least somewhat intriguing. But I think there's something going on here. So, we can build most of our practice squad from this list. And that's really about all you can say about this one, guys. So let me know what you guys think about these decisions we've made. We're not totally done yet. Look for us to make a couple more moves between now and the regular season. But for now, one more time, the list of released players. Justin Coleman, Arcega-Whiteside, Marquise Blair, Dublanco, Jacob Eason, Greg Island, Aaron Fuller, Gerard Hewitt, Cade Johnson, Vi Jones, Kevin Cassis, Tyler Mabry, Bo Melton, Tanner Muse, Scott Nelson, Liam Ryan, Dakota Shepley, Freddie Swain, Darwin Thompson, Lakiem Williams, Deontay Williams, running back Josh Johnson on the waived/injured list. And on the injured reserve, we have linebacker Tyreek Smith. And that takes us home. Again, let me know what you think down below. Pretty predictable, not entirely predictable. What do you think happens next? We will be streaming tonight to talk about all this. Go over the 53-man. Going to put in a nice little hour or so. So be ready for that. Hope to see you there. And as always, go Hawks.